Hello from Gardening at Douentza here in Ireland, and this is my video about Oncidium sotoanum. As we've just passed the 1-year anniversary of the channel, any of you who's been with me a good while may remember my video from, well, I suppose about this time last year, when I talked about the orchids in flower in November last year, and this one featured very strongly, and in fact I had it as the thumbnail on that video. So we've kind of come full circle here, and I'm back again talking about this very same plant all over again. But I think it's such a lovely one that it warrants 2 talkings about, and even a video to itself, which is what this one is. I've had this plant for 3.5 years, and I guess I really lucked out because my friend owned it before me, and what happened was she loved it, but it just grew too big for her space. So I benefit from her plants. I tend to end up with the really big ones when she can't accommodate them anymore, and that means, you know, I ended up with a really beautiful big plant, and I'm delighted with it. I've no plans of dividing this anytime soon, but next year I'm going to have to move it into a bigger pot, because I think it's struggling slightly. It was repotted this spring, but into the same pot, but I think it can go into a bigger pot now. This is a wonderful species, Oncidium, and easily within my top 5 plants, top 5 orchids. And as you can see, it produces these very small flowers, but it produces so many sprays of them that it's just amazing. Now, I actually have 10 flower spikes this year, the same number I had last year, but the display is slightly less impressive this year for some reason. I think the spikes aren't as long. Oncidium sotoanum requires cooler temperatures than perhaps many other orchids, and it requires good light. I water and fertilise once a week with the occurring rain mix, and keep it in a cool room until it comes into flower, and then I move it to where I can appreciate it fully. But it's a very reliable flowerer. I think it's one of the parents of Twinkle, that lovely little baby Oncidium with sprays of flowers that everybody has one of. So I think it's definitely one to have. Definitely one to have. You know what, I'm going to have to try really hard to stop talking about this plant, because, oh my goodness, I really love it. Fantastic. And the scent is like candy floss. It absolutely permeates whatever room it's in. Now, I have it here today in the plant room, but normally when this is in flower, it goes, you know, into the kitchen, somewhere where there's more action. Well, I don't mean more action, but just where I can see it and appreciate it to the full. Let's look at one of those tiny little flowers. I'm not sure we're going to be able to focus in on it, but we'll try. Is that going to focus? I think that's just about it. So they're tiny, and you know, if you were thinking of buying this and you found out how small the flowers are, you might decide against, because, well, it doesn't sound as impressive as one of those enormous cattleyas with the giant flowers. But one thing I've come to appreciate is that, you know, large numbers of sprays of flowers are easily as impressive as just very big blooms. There's a really funny story about the species name that this plant has, sotoanum, and for years it was known under a different species name, can't quite remember anyway. It was long and complicated, and just when I'd come to grips with memorising it, they went and changed the plant name. But there's supposed to be a story that, you know, when somebody came to register this, they submitted the wrong photograph, so this plant ended up with the wrong name, and it was always supposed to be sotoanum. So there you have it. Oncidium sotoanum, a beautiful Oncidium that I can't say enough good things about. Highly recommended. And if you get a chance to buy one, I'd say buy it. And then grow it and never divide it. It doesn't matter how much your friends beg you for a division. Don't do it, because you really need to have a big specimen plant to appreciate this beauty to its full. Anyway, that's all for the moment. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you liked this video. And if you did, then maybe you'll subscribe and check back for lots more orchid fun. Bye now.